Mayor of the city, I'll call the meeting to order with the pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Davis.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Snyder. Here. Stoops.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Lucasar. Here. Lucas W. Here.
Non-agenda items from sidelines, I have one from Maria Smith and
Yes.
Parkford Fencing, so what's,
Okay, my name is Maria Smith, and I'm here to address the board with concern for the park here. I'm a resident of Bell Terrace Apartments.
Which park?
I don't know the name of the park, but...
is it the one right here?
Right, yes, by Bell
Oh,
Terrace.
okay.
And I'm disabled, and I would love to consider adopting a dog, and I'm not able to walk very far for the dog, you know, get a dog exercise, and I wondered if we would consider enclosing the rest of the park there, especially the north end here. It's, you know, it's all wide open, and then maybe a gate or something at the other side on Benton, so that I would have a place to exercise the dog. I mean, it would be, you know, serve another purpose, you know. There aren't too many children playing there much, but...
I think they're on a leash though.
Yes, definitely. Well, if it was enclosed, then you would be able to let the dog run and play and get exercise, you know.
That's, I mean, you can't take them off the leash though.
Oh, even within the park?
Right.
Yeah, it's not a dog park.
Definitely not in the park.
Right, okay, okay.
Is there any?
I can understand what you know.
Yeah. I should.
And maintenance issues, you know, for kids putting back in there, you know, give me at least a minimum 8 to 10 foot gate.
Yeah.
And then hopefully that
A
close.
lot of kids still play in there, right, do they?
If it's one
The schools
child,
use it a
yeah.
lot.
They used to get,
The school, like kids they
Yeah.
play in
Running
it.
little trips there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
yeah.
they do. And, you know, and a dog running by itself, I guess it would be a problem.
It's still a leash, you still
Yeah, it still
have
have
to
to
get
be
a
a
leash.
Yes, I see.
And then
Yeah.
certain definitely have to be cleaned up after.
Right.
Oh, yes, definitely, yes.
Well, I don't know, could be a problem, if you think.
He didn't do it that way, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, well, thank you.
yeah.
You know, if you, like you say, if it's a small dog, those retractable things,
Yes.
they might be nice for you. They might
Yes.
work out for you.
I'll just have to figure out where to take them to get some exercise, you know. I know a lot of communities have been coming up with dog
Dog
parks, you know,
parks.
yes.
Yeah, we were trying a little bit.
Yeah, we'd love to have a dog park.
Yeah. And if we did, it probably couldn't be there, that's the problem.
No.
Yeah, couldn't be there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. Okay, comments from city administrators, Donna?
No, nothing.
You have something, I know.
Yes, I do. Well, I have one thing, is, we have that nice new fence out there, and I'd sure like to protect that with 12 parking curbs. It'd be approximately, what do I have, $552.
Yeah, we
I
don't.
have to re-rod to drive them down. Right now, vehicles can't hit this like they were hitting the other one, but I could avoid a new one getting
Yeah.
cracked.
Yeah, it's a brand new fence, and if we don't, right out here, if we don't put the parking, those curbs in there, they'll eventually hit it and
You know, I hate to rain on everybody's parade, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure that those spaces over there go by the code, the city code.
I know it. I see that.
They're awfully narrow.
Yeah.
Where's the money coming from, Bart?
She's gonna figure it out.
Oh.
It'd have to come out of general fund.
Yeah.
Fire department's got a lot of money.
How wide are they?
They're supposed to be 10 foot.
And, oh, what are they, about 8 or 9 or what?
I can't swear to what they are.
Okay.
Yeah. I purposely didn't measure.
They're tight 10 feet.
Yeah. They're narrow, it's not good. Well, it's too bad they weren't put in a little, they didn't ask.
Next
that.
time, we're gonna do it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, next time they wear off.
Well, anyway, we do have to protect the fence, so
Yeah.
I think we have to have a motion there for Bart to,
But you're gonna fasten them all the way into the ground?
Yeah, I'm gonna spike them
That way you
into,
don't pick them up during the winter?
right,
Or the
no.
fall?
no, they're rebar, and they'll be
Yeah.
rebar down in
We just drive right into the asphalt.
Because we pick ours up.
there. Yeah.
for the winter.
Can I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make the motion.
I'll support it.
Parker.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Lucasar.
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Wilson?
I thought he had
You.
two.
Chief?
Didn't he have two things?
And Dave's not here.
No.
Okay, I have something to read from Dave, but I'll read that at the end. So, okay, adoption amendment agenda. I don't know of any amendments, so can I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Support.
Schneider?
Yes.
Stoops?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Lukasar?
Yes.
Lukastovich?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Okay, approval of the regular meeting minutes of October 6, 2015. No changes and motion.
I'll make a motion we accept the minutes from October 6th as presented.
Or,
Stoops?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes.
Lukasar?
yes.
Lukastovich?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Donna, I assume that the mechanical rates were here when we, for the meeting.
Yes.
Can I get a copy of them, please?
You didn't
I
get
wasn't
your
at the
packet?
meeting, I wasn't at the meeting, it wasn't in my packet.
Okay.
Can I have a motion to put the communications on file?
So moved. Support.
Wilson?
Yes.
Lukasar?
Yes.
Lukastovich?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Stoops?
Yes.
Okay, we have a letter from Daniel and Neil St. John about canceling trash pickup because they have their own dumpster. Donna put together some information on that. If you go to page 6, and it's 50.09, charges and rates. And it says the charges and rates for the collection and disposal of garbage and trash shall be a monthly charge set by the city council for each occupied residence within the corporate limits of the city. And they are residents, they are a occupied residence in the city. So I don't know how you want to interpret that, but it seems to me, interpreting that we actually, unless we change the ordinance, really can't have them opt out, even though they have a dumpster. So they should give me your input on that. And we do, and we have 389 residents, and that's how our contract's based on. And if we opt them out, then we have 388. So I don't know whether you just want to object or not allow that now, or you want to have a committee meeting to look at it, or what? But that's what the ordinance states.
In the past,
Yeah.
people have requested that,
Yeah.
and we've never given into it.
Well, I'm inclined because of this not to get it. We shouldn't. Yeah. So,
I know the gentleman has a business, and
yeah,
he chooses to have the dumpster, but
that's, yeah,
it's still residential.
right. And it's, and apparently the dumpster's not a problem where it's at or anything like that, so it's, but that's his choice. So.
But I just remember this coming up periodically, different households, they don't want the trash. I know that was never.
Yeah, I know we've never done it in the past, and by this, yeah, and by the way this ordinance is written, I don't think we can, unless you change the ordinance, we can do it anyway, so. My recommendation, we don't do it, but it's up to council to make that decision here, so. Any input from anyone?
Well, certainly, if we were to change anything, it couldn't be done until after the contract expired, right, for this year?
Yeah. Well,
Keep
actually, we got a 5-year contract on this.
Well,
Yeah.
I thought in the contract it said you could adjust the
Well, we can do, yeah.
the number. but
Yeah. We could, yeah.
It's just like water meters or
Yeah,
anything else. and
It
it's
is, yeah.
hard living in town.
Any other input from anyone?
How's the, I know the apartments have their own dumpsters at
Well,
the main apartments, but.
Yeah, that's a little different. They do it same as the stores. They have their own dumpsters, and we have our own too. But that's not the apartments do because of their, each one can't.
It's multi-resident.
Well, I
It's
understand that, but
multi-resident.
we have a couple that are just individual apartments, part of the buildings
Mm-hmm.
in the main drag, don't we?
Oh, you mean up above the stores?
Stores.
Zone commercial.
Yeah,
They're
still,
commercial,
yeah,
they
still,
make commercial.
right, still zone commercial.
We've never forgiven a residential.
No.
No.
Never have.
I know the requests used to be put in the 90s, I remember. It's been a long time since I...
Even the houses that are foreclosed on and stuff, nobody's lived on them, still have to pay garbage.
Yeah.
But the only thing that stops them is if the house is torn down.
Yeah. Any other questions on this? Then if not,
Doesn't sound
I
like
can't-
council's interested in taking any action on it, Mr. Mayor.
yeah. Just make a motion, yeah, can you make a motion tonight or a motion?
I think it's just a no action. There's
Yeah.
nothing we can really do about it.
Yeah, okay.
Unless somebody has something they want to do, I
Yeah,
don't see it really going anywhere.
yeah,
Thanks for putting this together, by the way, Don.
yeah.
I'll make a motion, we send a letter back stating that it's just part of water bill and so forth. that
Well, we just
town-
cite the ordinance.
Yeah.
Just cite the ordinance.
I'll support that.
Okay.
Send them a copy highlighted maybe or something?
Yeah. Mhm, yeah.
Sukasar?
Yes.
SukasW?
Yes.
Davis?
Yes.
Parker?
Yes.
Schneider?
Yes.
Stoops?
Yes.
Wilson?
Yes. Unfinished business, fire department, open application for full-time position. I think you all got a letter from the Richmond Township. Definitely don't want to go ahead with this, so we recommend that we set up a combined meeting between our committee and their public safety committee.
Well,
So,
if you don't mind, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to speak on this.
Can I give it one, I just on this letter? Sure. Like, you do have the letter in front of you, the Richmond Township. Each year, the fire department offers the opportunity to sit down with all the townships and discuss budget, what our projected goals are, what our future holds. We do a 10-year plan, which I also, I think most of you got in the last one, but I'll give you a copy anyways. And this particular township has not showed up in the last 2 years to go over those topics which they explain in their letter. All the other townships do. Richmond Township for the last 2 years has not made any type of request or response to attend those meetings in which we do describe what we're doing, how we're operating, what our goals are, what our 10-year plan is with that equipment replacement fund. On the other hand, there's been mention throughout this whole process of getting written permission from the other townships to do something like this. I've sat down and talked with Eric a little bit on it, and I strongly am against that, just simply for the fact that we have never asked written permission from the townships before on anything. This past year, we spent $20,000 out of equipment replacement to buy a Polaris Ranger. We didn't ask for permission for it. The year before that, we spent $80,000 out of our equipment replacement fund. We didn't ask for permission for that. In the contract, which I have here, I can share with you guys, or you guys have probably already seen it. It doesn't state how much money we put away each year, so we're not. It's basically an operational end as to what the fire committee and what the fire department decides they're going to put away each year towards that equipment replacement fund. It isn't a signed agreement amongst the townships or the city. It's just kind of an understanding amongst the fire committee and the fire department itself. So back to the written permission, I don't want to get into the habit of asking the township permission every time we purchase a vehicle or purchase a piece of equipment or take on a new hire for that matter, because it costs money to bring somebody else on. If I was to do that, I would have to attend each one of their meetings, which brings another 4 township meetings on top of this one, and give the same proposal like I do with this packet to each one of them to get their permission to, like for instance this one, we got a trailer that we're looking to purchase. That means I would have to go and get written permission from each one of them to purchase that trailer. So that, I know that was mentioned during this whole application or this process that we've been looking into this proposal, that we get written permission from the townships, and I'm strongly against it.
But you were the one that suggested it to begin with.
Well, to talk with them. I'm completely open with them. We always share, we're going to be purchasing this new truck, this is what we're going to do, this is where the money's going to come out of, but we never asked for written permission to be able to do so. And the same with this. I'm actually meeting with Richmond Township here Monday to discuss just this topic. Just kind of an informational, this is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it, this is how we're going to be able to afford it, things like that. And I've done that with all the townships except for Richmond, just because we haven't been able to make schedules work. We finally have a day Monday to do that. But it's just an informational package.
I don't, on the budget itself, of course, it does have it, and I think they get a copy of the budget. It does designate what goes in equipment replacement.
No. This is what the townships receive each time.
Don't you give them a copy of the budget?
That's all they get is
well,
just
we used to give them a copy of the budget.
We do during the informational portion of it,
right.
yes. But the contract itself,
I know what the contract says. However, and they've never objected what buying equipment replacement out of the equipment replacement fund, right, because that's what it's set for. I think what they're objecting to this time is that and what they've been reading, if we hire someone as a full-time employee, and then in order to pay that wage, then we take some out of equipment replacement. I think that's what they're objecting to. And of course, that can be clarified in a formal meeting or
right, in which we have.
Yeah. So
they just haven't met with them to show that even though we take money out of that Christian placement to hire this full-time position, we will still have money to obtain to purchase new vehicles in the future or to replace equipment, which that Excel sheet shows you that 10-year plan as far as replacing our equipment that we currently have.
And just for your own edification, I happened to get here before the last meeting, and another township supervisor came in and with a letter, which he did withdraw, but he had some problems too. So if this is resolved with the township supervisors and they're on board, I would have less problem with it. But anyway, I'm just stating my opinion. But Eric, I know you had something you want to say.
Well, as far as the money goes, we are so far behind our projected cost for our manpower this year that we're probably going to be putting in the most money we've ever put into our equipment replacement fund this year, the way things are looking. And I know there's been a lot of numbers thrown around. There's been a lot of people saying that, that we don't need it and that it's a bad idea. And what I have to say to that is then what is the solution? Because if the fire whistle goes off at 10 o'clock in the morning and somebody's house is on fire, I'm worried that I'm not sure that we have the people in place to actually respond. Other than that, we're pretty good in the evenings and at nighttime, but I'm a little nervous about what's going on. So I've heard a lot of people saying that this is a bad idea, but what I do think this could be, and this is just my opinion, one person's opinion, that this could possibly be an answer in the short term just to get us through the end of the year until we have some people that are qualified to respond to a bad situation during the day. Because right now we really don't have enough people during the day because most of these guys have other jobs and they're just not around. So I know a lot of people have said they're against it, but I haven't heard anybody say this is what you should do, and that made sense to me. So I'm a little nervous about it, and I know that that we're going to try to kick this can down the road, and that's fine. But I will say this: it's something that we're definitely going to have to figure out a solution. There has to be a solution. We can't just say we can't do that, because doing that I don't think is going to help us in the long term. That's all I have to say.
I don't disagree with it, but having one person here, what's that going to do to put out a fire? Well, I'm just saying. It's not. You're not going to have one person operate that whole fire engine to put out that fire.
Not only the day-to-day operations that we get done, it also gives that person there to, if it is a larger scale, to communicate with other departments to get them there. And the biggest reason is the members that we have are dropping away, and the members that we don't have aren't participating with the fire department because of all what's involved with it, the requirements. So if that person was to be able to be here 9 to 5 or whatever, an 8-hour shift during the day, they could handle some of that stuff to where the guys or girls that were on the fire department would get home from their job and be able to go home to their families instead of coming up here for 2 hours at night and doing training or filing their reports or doing maintenance on the vehicles or truck checks or looking up grants or training. Those people at the evenings could continue on with their
They
day. chose
to do that as volunteer work. I mean,
right, and they're also now choosing not to be on the fire department because of these requirements.
So I'm just looking at all the points. I'm
right.
not totally against
And we currently do 20. Where we currently allow our allowed or okay 29 hours. So I guess if we did that, we'd be adding what, another 11 hours. And that 11 hours going to make that much difference? Since we already allow 29?
They'll be able to be here Monday through Friday. That part-time position, I've kind of taken on that part-time position temporarily right now. I can tell you I can't do it much longer because of the funding. And prior to me taking it on temporarily here, nobody signed up for that because they all have full-time jobs during the day. And that's where this came about. That part-time position kind of helped that, but now I don't even have anybody doing that part-time position until I temporarily started here.
How much would that cost a year?
The full-time position?
Yeah.
37,000 would be the salary. Roughly about another 7,000 to 8,000 with insurance, the taxes and things like that. So 42.
I think I had the figures, but I don't have them in front of me, and I just don't remember what they were.
42,
but
43.
You're probably close to being right on that. The current budget, unless there's unforeseen circumstances, would probably stand it through this fiscal year. It definitely wouldn't do it next fiscal year.
Right.
Definitely not.
I agree.
Yeah. And but this year it probably would. But of course, then if you lay someone else, if we had got our force up to where it should be, 20 to 25. Then you probably wouldn't need it because you'd have enough to go. But
correct.
Then, of course, whoever took that position then would be subject to unemployment too for a period of time. So I think it's 26 weeks.
So
or something.
we're
20 weeks.
We're not looking
20
to.
weeks, okay.
This isn't going to be an increase or asking for an increase from the township. This is working within the money that we have currently within our budget.
For this fiscal year.
Right. And possibly even next fiscal year. But for sure, this one, 100%.
No, it won't do it next fiscal year. I'll tell you that right now. The figures aren't there.
Well, that's why that's why the money was coming out of the equipment replacement fund to support it.
So.
Did you figure anything out about the Blue Cross and all that? They're full time.
Well, I'll put this right up in front. If you hired someone and they were subject to get a hospitalization, depending on their circumstances, could go up into the $20,000-$25,000 a year, and it would bankrupt that's definitely for sure. It depends on their individual. It depends whether they're a family. Depends on their age.
So for somebody that wanted insurance, it would be no.
But if you opt,
the fire department, the members of the fire department, we've had lengthy discussions on this as well. This isn't just a city council. We've been talking about this for probably 5 or 6 months now, and they are well aware of whoever takes this position on. Although we cannot physically put it in writing that they can't accept the insurance, that they're well aware that they have to opt out of the insurance. Otherwise, another person would have to.
I don't know. I think you have to check in the legality of that because.
Well, it's not in writing anywhere.
No, but under Affordable Care Act, if they're not covered by insurance, we do have to cover it, period. And they can't just opt out. The only way they can opt out if they're already covered under a plan.
Right.
You know, like
I said, the fire department members are well aware of that. To whoever would
And then we
apply
still
for
have
it.
to pay something though.
Their buyout of it.
Yeah, we got to. Yeah, you got.
That was included in that 8,000.
Yeah,
was the
that's
buyout
included
amount.
in that figure. Yeah, so that's about 3,000 a year or something like that if we opt out. So. Well, I know we run the department, but this department cannot survive without the townships. Our budget is about $166,000. we only could support about, what, 25, 30, between 25 and 30%?
Right.
And so we could not support this budget, the fire department budget, the way we have if we didn't have the townships. Now, if we didn't do the townships and just within the city, you could eliminate some equipment.
Well, you could
but would not-
eliminate tons of stuff.
Well, you wouldn't need all the equipment that we have, but you'd still need some. But so the townships were very important and very vital to the survival of this township, or this fire department. So
Right. Mr. Mayor, I don't
There's
disagree with that.
something more than that.
I don't disagree with that 100 at all. I can tell you though, getting written permission for them to do an operational aspect of it, we've never done that in the past. I can tell you right now, I don't want anything to do with it. If the city feels that they want to get written permission from every time we apply for something, I can guarantee you they'll be looking for a chief.
We've never had written
Because
permission.
I don't want anything to do with
And
it.
I don't,
That's not necessary.
and I don't think it's
Well, it's my true feeling. It's a very strong feeling that I have. It's a lot of work to get permission from the city and
It's
four
not
townships.
necessary. We've never done it before.
Right.
Why start now?
Right, exactly.
Well,
Is that different? Wouldn't you consider that something different though? Since
Well, it's an
Yeah,
operational,
Equipment
it's an op,
replacement for equipment.
Yeah, but it's not equipment.
it's not, we spent, like I said, we spent 20,000 out of equipment replacement last year and we didn't get rid of permission from it.
well,
In the history of the fire department, we've never asked to take money out of that. We've never asked to increase that, decrease that. We've never had written permission from the townships.
and I don't think.
And I'm not opposed to, like I said, I'm open with them. I will sit down with them any day of the week and discuss and, show what we're doing and how we're doing things. But to get physical written permission from them and propose something every time that we want to purchase something or do something, it's just.
I don't think they're requiring that either. They never have, and I don't think they ever will. I think that the whole question is that when they contribute to our to support of the fire department.
Well, no, wait a minute.
They
don't contribute. We provide a service,
Right.
they pay us
They pay
for
for
it.
I realize that,
okay.
but they know a certain amount of money is put in the equipment replacement, and they have never questioned what we buy in equipment replacement.
Right.
I think what their question is that they put money of their money and in equipment replacement, and by the way, they put more than we do, but there's a reason for that. But and so they don't feel then that should be paid for someone's labor. That's what they're concerned about. And I think if you informed them and had a meeting with them, informed them of that,
Right.
then I think that's all you're required to do.
Right. And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you should have permission to buy a piece of equipment, because we never have. and
Well,
it's
it was just brought up that
Yeah, so.
to do this, there was comments made that
Yeah.
we should get written
So,
permission from.
if you're meeting with them when?
Monday.
Next Monday?
evening, This coming Monday.
And all the rest have been informed of.
Raleigh Township, we're meeting Raleigh Township next week too. There's a meeting set up, they've been canceled. One of the reasons why I don't want to get written permission, to get all those on the same page to purchase something, it's just, nothing would get done.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, what we need is a solution. We don't seem to have one.
No. Well,
What are we
This is
doing
the
to
fire
recruit?
department solution.
Pardon me?
What are we doing for recruiting? I'm just asking. You.
There's been ads in the Times Herald. The Voice has done an article for us. Sign out front. We're in the schools currently. Last week we were there a couple of days last week in the schools. The senior and junior class have the opportunity to do a ride-along program with us. So during the day, they can come to the station if we've got somebody available, and they just kind of get the aspects of how we operate and things like that. Township events. The Riley Township had a fall car show here 2 months ago. We were at, again, promoting our fire department and trying to get. We had applications there, so we attend those events as well.
I mentioned this before, but can't we advertise on that sign out there like we did before?
We can. We've got flyers that we're working on right now and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're out there. It's just we lost 2 here in the past 2 weeks and gained 1. It's not.
Yeah.
We're not leveling out. And I got a feeling we're going to lose probably 2 more here within the next 2 weeks.
Why?
One member moved out of the area, and one member says he just doesn't have the time to do it.
this is the guy we traded for all this?
The one is he's still a new guy. We haven't paid anything for him to do any trainings, and he's only been with us for 6 months, I believe. The other one, yeah, he was on the department for probably 6 or 7 years, then moved out of the area. I just found out here last week he moved out.
I mean, there's all kinds of jobs where people get training and move on, so I don't think that, don't feel like, you're being slighted because somebody comes here and gets trained and works for 2 years, then they go do something else. I mean, that's just life, man, in general.
Well, could this be,
I've been doing it for years.
I'm just suggesting this, because it's up to council, but can we got a meeting, you've got a meeting with him Monday, and I don't know if the committee members can attend that meeting with you or not, but could we postpone this to after the meeting with townships that's scheduled?
Well, there's no support for it anyways right now, so, as far as I know anyways, unless somebody's changed their mind. It doesn't really sound like anybody's really for it.
If I thought it would do any good, and
This is the fire department solution. If you guys, if the city council feels they've got a better way of getting recruitment and keeping retention, please.
I wish I did.
Sure, probably don't get it anymore.
Right.
Well, safety comes first, and if we don't have someone there to respond to these fires, isn't that not a good thing?
Not a good thing.
I would support this until June 30th of 2016, but beyond that, I don't see the numbers.
No.
We would have to sit down exactly at that point and definitely go over a little more with the new budget, and it would have to be worked in if it was to stay with that new budget.
Well,
what would happen?
You see, you got another meeting Monday
well,
with the township?
We've got a meeting with the township just to give them the idea of what we're trying to work towards, but I mean, I don't have, this is what we're going to do, or this is not what we're going to do. It's just an informational meeting as to this is what we're looking into. I can tell you.
And I have to ask this question first because it hasn't been brought out that I know of. What is the nightmare scenario that happens if there's no fire department here? Nobody's here during the day and there's a fire somewhere. What happens?
For one, we could lose our medical license, the fire department, fines from OSHA, medical control, the state control. We're obligated to, in the event a call comes in, by law, to respond to that call because we're the fire department.
you have mutual aid as well. And,
it doesn't cover your liability though. We're still liable. If a call comes in and the truck does not pull out of that bay, we're liable for it, which fees come into play. We lose our medical license. We're no longer to provide medical care to anybody.
Can you pull out of that bay with only one person?
Yes.
Yeah.
with a fire department, with a fire aid? Oh, I didn't think you could.
Yep.
I didn't need it.
We do.
I thought you had too.
We do quite a bit.
I've seen it happen. I didn't know.
We do quite often.
If there was a problem.
Would
Well,
it
the
help?
thing is the advantage is that even in that worst case scenario of only one person being there to respond, at least that person has the pumper hooked up to the hydrant, ready to go when the next person gets
Correct.
here, you know what I'm saying? So when Richmond or Emmett or whoever else responds for our mutual aid, there's already a truck there, it's all hooked up, ready to go, and then they kind of, you take it over from there. At least it's not, them actually having to drive here and then hook up to whatever. And you got to remember, I mean, we've expanded our coverage area now, so, the far northeast area that we go to is, I mean, full speed, it takes you, what, 20, 25
It's 12
minutes?
miles here from the station to there. 12 miles is what our east border is.
Well, we've hashed it around quite a bit. I'd like to see have your meetings first, but it's up to council. But I'd like to see them do that meeting first and keep them, make them aware and so on. But
I'd like to see the meeting too, what happens after the meeting.
yeah. So anyway, so what's your motion then? Is there a motion to?
I don't think there's support for it, so I don't, I mean.
I'm gonna make a motion to table this for the time being, till after the meeting, till the next meeting, and see if somebody can come up with a better idea or a better situation.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I'll support that.
We can. We'll have his meetings and get back with us on it.
Mr. Custodio?
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yeah.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar.
Yes.
You can get back to yourself if you need. See what happens.
Text me and let me know when that meeting is.
Monday, 7 o'clock.
AM?
PM.
Good. Under new business, Christmas tree lighting date is Friday, December the 4th, 2015 at 7 p.m. Can I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
LukasW.
Yes.
Fire department invoice from Valor Towing, is that on the?
We had a truck breakdown, we had to get it towed back to the state, or towed to Northville to get fixed.
Okay. Have a motion to approve that invoice for $500?
Make a motion.
I'll support it.
Parker,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
LukasW,
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Fire department trailer, I think this is for that all-terrain vehicle, and I think when this was purchased, it was mentioned that we probably would have to have that. So that's,
I thought this all-terrain vehicle got wheels on it.
Within 12 miles away.
That had 12 miles?
You can't,
We provide mutual aid to surrounding townships and cities as well, and I don't feel comfortable with that, driving that machine all the way to the south end of Richmond or the north end of Emmett.
and I think when we purchased that, it was.
Put it on the back of the pickup
It doesn't fit in the back of the pickup.
or the grass truck?
It would get towed by that truck, and you can't physically.
Well, that's what I mean,
drive that.
that's what I
Yeah.
mean, the trailer.
Right, the trailer we could, yeah.
Any more discussion? If not, I'm.
But you don't have that bid for that one on here though, do you, in the packet? You just have the two, I see you got four, but,
Yeah, the one you want, the one you wanted is not in here, is it?
no.
No. No, it's not.
I make a motion, we take the bid from JCI
I
trailers
apologize. It
for
shouldn't be on there.
$3,050.
Got a support for that?
Four.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
Lukasw,
yeah.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker.
Okay, the next thing, and this is requested by our assessor, that on the deeds, that the mayor and the city clerk sign it. I did ask Donna that this could be one of the protocol that we're trying to set in place, and so that all deeds, it has to be for each specific deed. So we just want permission that we can sign for the deed for city, from the city to Foster Royal, that we could sign the deed. So I need a motion to approve that.
I'll make that motion to request authorization for the deed.
Four.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
Lukasw,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Okay, next item is approval for the purchase of a new computer for our assessor. I think Donna you said the other computer crashed or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he needs a new computer. And he doesn't have in his budget and his capital outlay for that. I think he has 2,000 there, so it has to be replaced. And a motion to approve that?
I'll make a motion we allow Jamie to purchase this computer for $1,909 and monitor and Adobe.
Support.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
Lukasw,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
From the mayor. On the ADA, what we had out for bid, we only got one bid back, and it was a little on the high side, and we talked to the parties that they control the CDG funds, and they didn't think that HUD would buy only one bid. They suggested that we put it out for competitive bid again. However, we're running out of time, and time we got it out for bid and so on, we've been to almost Thanksgiving. The money for that, all those projects has to be spent by the end of December this year. So in subsequent emails and phone calls and etc., they suggested that we ask for an extension of this whole project. Phil Porty from BMJ would make the letter out because he's more familiar with the protocol and the things you got to go through. The trouble is we don't have enough time now, and if there's no guarantee that they will extend it, because it has to be extended to the party we talked to, plus her boss, plus their boss. So I would think they're just to even get approval from them, if they do it, would take another, I would say, 30 days at least. So if they don't give approval, the project's dead because we cannot get it done by with the holidays and everything coming up. So I'd like permission from council that we allow or approve BMJ to submit a letter asking for an extension. They'll cite various reasons why we need the extension, and so there's no guarantee it'll go through, but that's our, at this point, that's our only hope. So
We definitely won't make just the one bid.
no, they said hadn't put a lot of them by particular, and I'm not going to cite the figures because it's not a dead project yet, and I don't want figures out there publicly. So, but it was somewhat on the high side, we thought too. And then one bid, he said HUD probably won't buy one bid. So, can I have permission to let BMJ proceed with getting a letter out for an extension?
That's our only choice.
We frankly don't have no choice, really. It's our only hope at this point that we can still keep the project alive.
I'll make a motion to file for an extension and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Support?
Lukasar,
Yes.
Lucas W,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes. As a result of that, there will be no special meeting on Thursday, I think it was. Wasn't it? Thursday, the 23rd, no special meeting. Okay. This is from Dave. He asked me to read it since he can't be here tonight. It says, Happy Thanksgiving. 55 plus Thanksgiving get together Wednesday, November the 11th, 2015 at 4 p.m. We need a count of who will be attending. Please call Dave at 810-488-1294 or Shar at 810-392-1177. And if anyone, didn't get the phone numbers, I'm sure they could call the city office and they'd be glad to give them. So, and let's see, I think that's all I have. Robbie?
No, I don't have anything, thank you.
Eric?
I just want to thank everybody that came out for the wine tasting this past weekend with the George Kirkendall wine. We had a great time. We had, I hope, sold over 50 tickets. It was a lot of fun. We had, a really good crowd. And I just want to remind everybody that the fire department is hosting a trunk or treat event. So you can come and park your car here in the parking lot across the street and bring your kids over here and have a safe place where they can get some candy. And I think there's going to be some games, and I'm not sure exactly what all they have planned, I forget, but it sounds like it's going to be a good time. And if you live out on a dirt road, maybe you'll come here and hand out some candy to some kids. That's all I have.
Yeah, Jason?
Right.
Frank?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to give a little extension of what Eric just said. I want to thank everybody for the Goodfellow ads that were purchased for the Lions Club. From the individuals and businesses, we really appreciate your support.
Scott?
Just that the Country Strong, the new gym is going in where the old wine shop was. Roger's been working pretty diligently on it, and hopefully he will be opening it just after Halloween, or he might be open Halloween night just for trick or treat or something.
Okay.
See, he put a sign up, I think,
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Bill? Okay, going to have a motion to go into executive session on the DPW negotiations, renegotiation. Got a motion for that?
Make a motion.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll give a few minutes for everybody to leave and. I'll set a meeting. We're back in open session now, and all I need is a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion, we adjourn.
Support.
Thank you.